Hey everyone, Jared James here, and welcome to Today with Jared James. It's been a little busy. We'll talk about that, getting these back on the agenda, back on the schedule. As always, if you're listening to this, make sure that you subscribe, give it a 5-star review, give it a written review. That's really helpful as long as you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, move on, act like it was never there. Today I'm joined by my trusty sidekick who sometimes joins on these podcasts, Mr. Tom DeDemo. Tom, you want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, awesome. You are looking very Dead and Company right now with that outfit.
Yep, it's Fun Friday.
Okay, awesome. Flannel Friday, is that back?
No, Fun Friday.
Oh, Fun Friday. Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
Oh, so we do Flannel Friday and then we do Fun Friday?
Fun Friday in the summer.
And what is Fun Friday?
Fun Friday is where you wear fun colors like this and on a Friday.
Okay, so that's going on in my office and I didn't know that was a thing. Very cool. I love that, actually. I guess I did not follow suit.
Did you not get the memo?
Yep.
That way.
Well, you got to send me the memo. I didn't even know. A lot going on right now, guys. Like, we're going to talk about a lot of things today. We're going to talk about the upcoming Advance, our yearly event that goes on. We're going to talk about fantasy football. We're going to talk about like a bunch of different things. But, you know, one of the things that's coming up that's really cool that I've been spending all my time on is we have our 2021 Jared James Advance in Nashville, Tennessee, October 18th and 19th. We're going to be live, which I can't wait for, because last year we were virtual. And so it's going to be great to get around everybody. And, you know, like coming out of COVID, I've been just, I've just been on the road like crazy doing all the events. Even when I'm not on the road, I'm just working on content, working on the agenda. Like by the time you guys are watching this, the agenda most likely will be released because it's done. I've turned it into the marketing team and now we're just coming together with it. But we really haven't seen each other too much because I'm basically, even when I'm here, I'm going and working on content. Like it's just content, agenda, you know?
Now, speaking of which, you know, so I come from like a music standpoint, like I know how to write music and lyrics and all that stuff. What's the mindset of going in and writing content that you stand on stage and you just talk for like an hour?
Yeah.
What is that? Because I can't even begin to put myself in that mindset.
Yeah, man, that's an interesting question because yeah, you're right. It's not like music. I don't want to put myself in that place because I don't write music, but you guys are very, you know, chorus verse, like, you know how long that's going to be. And then it goes into, and, you know, this can be a 3-minute, 15-second. And every time you perform it, unless you go all Dead and Company where you just kind of go on forever, Coldplay, whatever. You know, this is much different. Like my role of creating content is, and I've always said that it's much more relatable to that of like a stand-up comedian, you know, where we have a lot of open space and we have ideas and then we expand on those ideas. And the overall idea is that if you're going to do that for a living, you know, different people have different gifts. They have different, you know, whatever. Part of the gift is to create the content, but part of the gift is to deliver it and to trust your head on the spot. And that's probably one of the most difficult things, or where you really have to trust yourself, is that maybe you have 15 minutes of content for an hour-long spot.
Right.
And your job is you want to be prepared, but not over-prepared. You want to be prepared as far as like what you're going to go into and the points you're going to make, but then you got to let your head kind of do its job, you know?
Yep.
And the Advance is something where it's very much like, it's like Chris Rock talked about once, where, you know, what you see at Madison Square Garden is the collection of all of the little small gigs he did. And he finds out what works and he finds out what jokes works and which one to toss and which ones to work on. And, you know, when you see me on the road all the time right now, I'm kind of doing that.
Nice.
Like I'm hitting different events and whatever, and I am doing stuff I know works, and then I'm trying stuff, and then I'm ad-libbing stuff and seeing how it works. And I'm taking note of what works, what doesn't. And the Advance is a culmination of two things. It's a lot of that stuff that I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm going to put that in. And it's a collection of some of the stuff I've been talking about up till now, but it's also a little bit of insight into what my message is for the next year. Like I'm trying new stuff and I'm doing that. But for me, when you talk about the actual creation process, what I don't do is I don't go lock myself up in Starbucks and say, create. Topic, create. Because, you know, I had a situation last week when I was doing it and I just had complete, what do you want to call it, writer's block or whatever. And I'm like, it's just not there. Like, this is no good. I just needed to move on. Like I needed to whatever.
Gotta do it.
But one of the things I do all year long, man, like literally all year long is, man, I'm looking at it right now. Like I have this document, right?
Yep.
And if you see this document, it's just, you know, it's 19 pages here of thoughts.
Nice.
And like when I have thoughts or whatever, I jump right on my phone. I've got a little document there and I put it in there, or I put it in the reminders and then I work on it, or I'll make a little note and I'm like, work on that later. Right. And so when I get that writer's block or that whatever, what I'll do is I'll go to my thought bank. I don't know what you want to call it. And I start just rolling through it and it starts triggering, oh yeah, boop, boop, boop. And I start making notes and before you know it, you've got, a half hour worth of stuff, because it's just the way my head works. Like when I sit in church on a Sunday, for example, I very rarely get what it is, whatever that pastor says at that moment. That's not what I'm hearing, right? So it's like communication 101. It's not what you say that matters. It's what people hear, right? Mm-hmm. So when that person says something, they mean it some way. But the way my head works is like it enters into my head and then I just go down a rabbit hole. Right. And next thing you know, I've got all these notes, all these whatever, all these, and then I'll be driving home at the, afterwards with my wife and kids and whatever. And they'll be like, what'd you think of that? Wasn't that whatever? And like, I'm hearing them talk about, what the pastor, whoever talked about. And I'm like, that was not at all. Cause that's not how my head works. Right. It's just not, but I take advantage of all that. I take notes on all that and then I put it all together. And, I kind of put it together for a message. And when I'm putting it together for a message, by the way, there's a lot of different ways that you're looking at it, just like you would a song or anything. It's got to make sense and it's got to flow and you're putting an album and it's got to go, I'm looking at it in a lot of different ways. And I'm looking like, how does this flow to that? And maybe this belongs over in this one, not in this one. And that's really what I'm doing right now. Like when the agenda is released, it's probably going to have all of the breakouts, sessions, speakers, all of the main stage sessions, speakers. And then when it comes to my stuff, it's going to have a time slot and say Jared James. And that's because I am still right now putting together, like if you look, everyone else can't see this right now, but like if you look at my notes, it's like day one, 8:45 to 9:30 opening. And I just got a bunch of different, you know what I'm saying? Closing. And I got a bunch of different day two opening and I got a bunch, day two closing for an hour. And I just got a bunch, like I am just, nice. I'm filtering and I'm playing it out in my head and I'm seeing how it flows. And I'm also thinking about how the audience will receive it and how it will have the most impact. Meaning I understand everything else they're going to get on each one of those days. And I understand according to where they are on each day, where their motivation level's at, where they're, for example, day two opening, probably a lot of hungover people. Sure. It's Nashville. Right. It is, whatever. That's probably not the time that I'm going to do my opening keynote day two on, the addiction of alcohol and how terrible people have more than one drink and, whatever, because that's not going to hit too well with this crowd. Quite the opposite. Yes. So you always got to think about where they are in the day, where they're, after lunch is a slower, people are just ate, they've been sitting for a while. But for me, it's a process. Sometimes I'll sit down to write like when I'm doing something throughout the year, I'm writing a keynote or something, I can do it pretty simple because I've got so much in my head, so much I've talked about. It's just a matter of come up with the bullet points and do it. The advance is different because a lot of it's new stuff and it's new thoughts that I had. And quite frankly, it should be that way. Like when people come to the advance, okay, great. If they go to an event throughout the year, Jared's talking about way to get listings. Jared's talking about 7 ways to scale your business. Jared's talking about whatever. There's some tried and trues that they kind of expect, I think. Yeah. When you talk about the advance, to me, that's like the MSG special. That's the Netflix special. Yep. That's when they want to laugh for the first time at a joke. Right. That's when they want to I haven't heard that. Yep. So like, for example, I'll show this to you. Like I literally have like jokes that I came up with that, that I am debating opening with on day one. So like, look at this right here, right? Don't make any reaction, but like, look. True. See that? It's true. So I'm not using that anywhere. I'm not, I'm playing with it. Should that go there? Should that go here? Should that go? And then there'll be a bunch of ad lib. Like it's just the way my head goes, right? There'll be a bunch of ad libs. So that's what's going on right now. Putting it together, taking a lot of time. And it's great because when it's done, I know it's done. Yeah. You're like, got it. This is good. This is,
it's a great feeling.
Oh, such a great, now it's just a matter of just internalizing it and getting the flow down and, all that kind of stuff. So, so that's what's going on with that. It's the agenda will be released real soon, everything else, whatever. But travel right now is just like, I'm trying to get this done while I'm home because travel is about to get insane for the fall.
Speaking of which, where are you going? Like what do you got coming up? If I can get that sentence out.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Well, I just left Austin.
Yeah.
I'm going to Denver. I'm going to Atlanta, the ATL. I'm looking forward to that.
That's a good one.
I'm going to the Dakotas, South Dakota. I'm going to Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm going to Austin again. I'm going to Virginia. I'm going to Seattle. I'm going to Minneapolis. I'm going to Indiana. I'm going to Salt Lake. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to, I mean, where am I not going? Basically everywhere in the US we're hitting, it's about to get pretty nutty. Let's just say that. Okay.
Nice.
Now I would like to talk to you really quickly. This wasn't on the agenda, but I feel like it needs to be done and I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Your and my favorite artist, John Mayer, just came out with a new album. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not like the album at first.
Sure.
I came around. I now like it. It's different, but I now like it. Okay.
Yep.
You are not on that train. The last train home.
I'm not going to go too far into this just because I respect him at a great level. But what I will say is that I feel like as a society, we do this thing, or at least artists do, where
that's such bullcrap. Okay, but go ahead.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Artists do this thing where like when an album is not going to be good when they tell you this is the most I've ever put into, this is the most personal I've ever had an album be. I can listen to this album on repeat for the next 3 months and I'll never get sick of it.
Overselling.
Yeah, that's how you know. And then it kind of guilts you into not liking, or if you don't like the album, now you feel guilty.
Because it's so personal. So maybe you didn't actually like the person all along.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
So I'll say that.
Wow.
That's what I'll say.
That's it though.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And you have not come around. Like you have not come around as far as liking the album. You have
I will say that he has had, in my opinion, which is the right opinion, he has had a lot of better albums.
Well, I mean, he's had amazing albums. That's why he's yours and I favorite artist.
Yes.
I just don't think you're giving it the credit it deserves. And just for everybody who's listening, he came out with an album. Is it called Last Train Home?
It is not. It's called Sob Rock.
Sob Rock. That's right. And I knew that. I don't know what I was just thinking. I just had a little bit of a.
Was just on it.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I did put it on just to lighten the mood in here. But it is called Sob Rock. It's very 80s-ish.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Were you alive in the 80s?
No.
Oh my God, I was kidding.
You're
serious?
No, I'm dead serious.
Holy
95.
crap.
Yeah.
95?
Yeah.
Good God.
Got an old soul.
Well, now that you've lost our audience, appreciate that.
Much, yeah.
Way to go with that one.
This is my last episode. It's been real.
That's
Thanks.
right. God, next year he's going to be able to vote. So you're okay. So it's called Sob Rock.
Yeah.
I honestly, at first I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But it's so grown on me, man. It's get to the point where like a song comes on and you're like, I love that song. And another one, you're like, oh, I love that song. And another one, by the time you're done, you're like, oh my God, that's every song. I actually like every song. I feel like you're not giving it the chance to do that.
Here's what I think. I also think that, I'm one of those people who I let people enjoy things for the most part. I do. So you enjoy it.
I'm going to win you over.
I will not.
One of these days when I meet Mr. Mayor, and it will happen, I was going to introduce you as well, but that will now not happen. Okay.
I don't know. Because I don't.
It's a risk.
I don't have the heart to. I can't lie to him.
Oh God.
That face, I can't lie to him.
All right, let's get into stuff that people actually care about on this podcast. Okay. Which is, who are your fantasy sleepers?
My sleepers.
We got a draft coming up. So just we have an office-wide fantasy draft, and this is basically everyone's chance to beat me at something. Because what happens is we do it during convention season. I don't pay it any mind. Like I'd like to, but I just don't. And then I get busy and I forget to change around my lineups. And this is their chance to slaughter me and basically have me come in last place and just take my money.
Now, the funny thing that you said that, my first year here, so 2 years ago.
Have you only been here 2 years?
I've only been here 2 years. Well, 2 years in January. Yeah. Well, last January. Yeah. But my first year, we set up the fantasy football draft or the fantasy football league, and I actually played you the weekend of the advance. And
that had to be.
So I'm one of those people, I'm like 5 leagues. And I was looking at all my leagues. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna set this. And then I looked at that one and I was like, well, there's a win in that column,
a
right?
victory. I probably had my whole starting lineup were like on the bench that they had bye weeks that week or something. Like
I wanted to look it up just to see how bad, like what the score was, but I didn't want to risk it just in case I lost. So
there's no way. No, I pretty much have lost every week. I just forget to move my lineups and I forget to do. My heart is in it in the beginning. Yeah. I don't do the research you guys do at all. Like when we sit down, we're doing the live draft at my house at the bar outside by the pool on Monday, right? I don't do all the research you guys do. I'm researching content and doing, whatever. So as soon as we sit down and I see you guys, some of you guys walking with these books and some of you guys are talking about these players I'd never heard of, you know what I mean? Like I would just about draft Tiki Barber still, whatever. Like I have no idea. Wow. I'm not that bad, but you know what I mean, right? And so my heart is in it. I just haven't given it the time. And then once the season gets going, it's the furthest thing from my mind. It's just like, as it probably should be. But it's disheartening at the end when I see how bad I do.
Yeah, when you're like,
last place.
3 wins. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And by the way, let's talk about it because there's people in here who their dad is drafting for them. I feel like as the PPC leader, you should put a stop to that. That's as bad as steroids.
I think I have.
Okay. Can you when Conor McGregor was getting in to fight Poirier, whatever his name is, can he all of a sudden tap out and go, hey, Mike Tyson, why don't you jump in here?
Yeah.
It's bullcrap. Okay.
That is not good.
Yeah. So I'm going to make this an official edict. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
You need to let everybody know that having your father draft for you is bullcrap. You win or lose on your own merit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And I'm completely, if their dad wants to help them beforehand, give them some, like you're about to, what would the sleepers be for you? Because that's what people tune into this for.
Here's the thing. I am a draft with my heart kind of person.
Oh, God. You're going to tell them to go after a bunch of Green Bay Packers?
Randall Cobb. That's my ultimate sleeper. I think he's going to be really good this year. Genuinely, though. Like, I think it's going to be like one of my.
He's a big Green Bay Packer fan, just so you know. Your guy almost ended up on my team.
No, he didn't.
What are you talking about? No, he didn't. There's reports he was on his way.
Oh, I mean,
Aaron Rodgers looked like he was going to the Denver Broncos, but you didn't believe it all along.
No. I thought he was either going to retire and then like go somewhere next year, or he was going to be on the Packers.
Can you give a sleeper outside of the Green Bay Packers?
No.
We should have talked about this beforehand. You have given, what was that? Is it Happy Gilmore? What is the one where he answered the question? And they're like,
Billy Madison.
All of us are a little more dumb after hearing that answer. At no point was there any kind of, that's how I feel. You have no sleepers?
No, by the end of my draft, I'm going to have like 5 Green Bay Packers on my team.
Well, maybe I do have a chance then.
No.
to not come in last place.
No.
All right. There's some other things that have happened around the office. You've had a bit of a promotion.
Kind of.
In the sense that you're moving on up.
Yeah.
Literally. So you want to tell everybody what happened?
I have Megadesk.
What is Megadesk?
Megadesk is it's a wonderful, it's not one of these bad boys. That
you have lust. Well, maybe lusted isn't the word.
Maybe it is.
Coveted. You better not be lusting on Megadesk. All right, that's grounds for firing. That's a mental image. I really wish I didn't just say.
That's fair.
But you have coveted. You have coveted Megadesk.
Yeah, I used to do like all my meetings on Megadesk. I was like, any chance I can get, I was at Megadesk. Megadesk is this desk that it's been right behind me. Sometimes I would turn around and just look at it.
Just looking at you.
Yeah, actually, I can still do that right now.
Just lusting back at you.
It would, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would.
All right.
And I now have Megadesk, and now all of my stuff fits on my desk. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. So I'm thinking about, so it's just a really cool desk that he wanted all this time. He's asked for it several times.
Yes.
And I guess when you asked enough times, I was finally like, whatever. I think I said yes as I was walking out on the way to a trip.
Pretty much.
I was like, whatever, go for it.
You want it? It's yours.
Yeah, it's yours. Whatever. I can't think about this right now. Are you excited about getting back to Nashville?
Yeah,
I mean, being the alcoholic you are,
right?
I mean,
and we were actually just talking about that. But yeah, that'll be.
Tom doesn't drink, just so you know.
Tom doesn't drink. That's true.
He does talk in the third person, but he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yeah, it'll be fun. I might not get mugged or like almost mugged this time. That could be a fun time.
I almost want to set someone up to fake mug you. How good would that be?
Has happened.
And get like a camera on it, like watch the urine drip down your leg.
Maybe.
It's not on your bucket list.
Yeah, no, peeing myself is not on my bucket list.
Well, you haven't lived
You have not,
You have not lived.
it's the coolest.
I was about to say that was another Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, everybody.
But yeah, no, Nashville was actually a really fun time.
I sound like I was born in 1995 now.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, big 90s Sandler fan.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, I enjoyed Nashville last time I was there. It was a good time.
I think what I'm going to do, I got to figure this out. I think I'm going to pick. Let me know if you guys want me to do this. I might pick a couple of the sessions from a content perspective, because I mean, literally, guys, this is the most robust agenda we've ever put together. We have 21 different breakout sessions. Whether you're a team leader, a broker, an agent, a solo, like whatever you happen to be, like it's there for you. Whether you need help with social, whether you need help with your finances, whether you need help in getting into investing, whether you need help with your mom guilt, whether you need help with, like literally we have sessions on mom guilt, quotations, dad guilt. But like, that's a real thing in our industry. Like people are, you know, it's like the catch-22, they get successful, but then they feel guilty about missing this or being busy or, you know, whatever it happens to be. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have hands-on classes on automation. We're going to have hands-on classes on systems and structure and how do you know when it's time to team? Is it not time? How do you go to the next place? We just have so many sessions that are so specific. You know, building your SOI, leveraging your SOI, using your CRM. Like there's just so many different sessions that are going to be so good that I can't wait. Like let me just, cause I know that I'm going to screw this up. I've got this in front of me right now with the different speakers, marketing to your sphere, a session on automation, which is obviously always a good one. Obviously things like how to get listings, the ones on upping we actually have a session called BAM, how to kick your video game up a notch. You know, that's on the chef guy.
Was going to be there?
No, that's exactly, that's exactly right. Hiring the right people, what that looks like, how to get your offers accepted without paying the highest price, finding your niche, fishing in a bigger boat in a smaller pond, the recruitment myth. You know, we're going to have sessions on recruitment, productivity hacks to kill it in business without killing yourself, geographic farming 101, how, why, and when to do it. How to grow, how to create, grow, and build your brand with your local Facebook community group. I mean, guys, there's literally like just session after session after session after session. The relationship ratio, social media. It's okay if you've been doing it wrong. My God, I would literally just keep going on and on and on and on, and I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm really looking forward to Rick Fuller's doing a session on his Google, the next Zillow. That's a huge thing. We've got a session on real estate agent fire, financial independence, retire early. That'll be a good one for people. We've got sessions on TCs and what they do and how they do it. It's going to be amazing. So my thing is, if you're watching this right now, you need to be at the Advance in Nashville, October 18th and 19th. You just go to jaredjamestoday.com/advance, jaredjamestoday.com/advance. Going to be amazing, guys. Make sure you're there. Your team is there, your colleagues, your admins, whoever it's going to be. It's absolutely going to be amazing. I think we sold out at the hotel. I think our room block is gone. We're trying to get more of a room block. I know. Yeah. Like I'm the one that they sent the thing over to. Yeah. That's gone, which is crazy because I thought we had way too many rooms. We're taking that place and it is gorgeous. Nice. We're at the Grand Hyatt, which is brand new. Yep. We're taking over the whole thing. It's right on Broadway at the end of Broadway. So you can walk to all the fun stuff, but get far enough away to, get separated. It's going to be a blast. Nice. So I hope we'll get a chance to have a lot of people there. I think we got to get back on schedule here, man. Like it's going to be so difficult with the travel schedule coming up.
You have to do like phone calls, I
was actually trying to think about that the other day. Like how do we, cause I have all these notes when I was looking through the stuff on, different content for the Advance. I have all of these notes on different podcasts to do. Yeah. And I'm like, oh shoot, that's a good one. Like very specific, like business stuff. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to pull those out and maybe, I don't know, do a Zoom in my hotel room.
You could do it.
You could.
There's no law against that.
Any final words before we let everybody go? Guys, get to the Advance. We'd love to see you there. Maybe I'll hire you to fake mug Tom.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I will be there. It'll be a good time. I think the last time we went there, I autographed things in my sessions.
Oh, look at that.
I did that.
Look at you.
No, nobody asked me to. I did it.
That is a key point. That is a crucial point.
I feel like you were giving me credit there. I want to say that nobody asked me.
Is it still an autograph if nobody asked for it?
Yes. It is if you say it is.
What do you mean? You're just randomly grabbing people's agenda and being like, time to demo.
No. What happened was I asked for some. I told a joke and then I said, whoever laughs the hardest at this, I will give them something. I'll sign this and give it to you.
And was that the joke? Is that why they laughed?
No.
Okay.
But some people did laugh at that.
But rightly so.
And they didn't get it. And I told them to get out.
You say get. Go on now, get.
But yeah, maybe I'll do that again. That'll be funny. And but yeah, I'll be there.
That's awesome. My kids still talk about the one in San Antonio when I had them with me. There was people walking around with my book, and they went up to my kids and they went, "Would you sign this? We don't want his signature. We want yours." And to this day, they still talk about it. They didn't want yours, Dad. They wanted ours. I was like, wow, that's imagine being a kid signing something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
that's like, you know,
nobody wanted mine. They got it anyway.
Where do you go from there as a kid? You know, like you're signing autographs at the age of 9. Where do you go from there?
Yeah,
I'll tell you where you go.
You plateau. That's it.
Wild blue. All right, guys. On that note, guys, if you enjoyed this, as I always say, subscribe, leave a 5-star review and a written. I'm going to start doing more of this to do some business stuff and that kind of stuff too. Just been really crazy preparing for the advance. It takes a lot of time, but for those of you that are actually there, you're going to see what all that work was put into. Okay. So we can't wait. From me and Tom, thank you guys for listening or watching if you see this on YouTube. Till next time.